Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob from Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very interesting unboxing for you, something coming in from Traditional Pocket Knives. And C. Reisner is the name of the company. I believe that's his grandfather or father. I think it's grandfather. And then Traditional Pocket Knives is the name. I'm going to be opening it up today with my QSP Penguin. This is a Traditional Pocket Knives exclusive with the Jigged titanium and milled deep pocket carry clip and M390 blade steel. Very cool. Alright, let's get into this. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, we got a bunch of stickers. How cool. Yeah, look at all that. Very nice. Alright, if you didn't know, this is the C. Reisner Cutlery. Traditional Pocket Knives is the exclusive Penguin Plus. So let's take a look. Again, Penguin Plus, here we go. Alright, more stickers. Alright, there is the knife, the Penguin Plus. As you can see right here, it's got some scratches on the pocket clip. That's kind of a bummer. Alright, already scratched and I guess it got used or something and beat up a little bit. Well, let's see how the action is. Oh yeah, that's much nicer. Very good, very good. There we go. That's pretty good. Can we reverse flick it? We can. It's a little tight. The detent's a little tight on this one, but that's all right. There's no lock. There's no detent lock or anything. I'm not having to break a huge detent. I will tell you, just so full disclosure, that this is the second version of this that I received in. I received one in, had some issues with it, reached out directly to them. They are super awesome people. Let me just tell you, super, super awesome people. There was some issues with the detent hole, I believe, and either the detent ball, I think there was a little burr there or something, and then the washers themselves were, I don't know, a little gritty, and things weren't running really smooth. So this is way, way better. This is along the lines of the buttery smooth that I get on these, right? I also have the little mini for my full set. It's super smooth as well. And that's what you want to see on this right here, like that as well. And it is that indeed. So let's see how we centered. Dead center. Very good. All right, as you can see, we got the milled deep pocket carry clip. Got a little scuff there. I can deal with that as long as the action and everything is pretty good, because guess what? When you carry this, well, I don't really have any on that one. I guess I don't have any on that one. I guess I'll have some on this one. It's, you know, you carry it, so that's what happens, right? Very nice. Yeah, we might tune the detent just a little bit, just make it just a little bit lighter. That's about it. But the action is what I would expect to feel. That buttery smooth, right? You want to feel that. Now the difference with the Penguin Plus is you have the flipper, and it's got some good jimping on there, which is really nice. For flipping, you can use the light switch, or you can do the push button. It works really well. And then you have the thumb stud. You can do reverse on and forward. And then if it's tuned just right, I can do the middle finger flick as well. I get it right in here because the flat grind goes so high. You just put your middle finger in here and you reverse flick. So you have multiple deployments, which is nice. Usually it works left-handed as well, but it is a little bigger over here, so I've got to make sure I clear that. Yeah, I'll have to practice that. I think this is a little strong right now. But beautiful frame lock, as you can see. Yeah, it's just a bummer that the clip was so beat up and banged up like that. Yeah, oh well. That's a bummer. All right, but they definitely, I would rather have great action than what I had before. The one before, man, it was, I think it just missed QC. I mean, these guys, they do a ton of these. I mean, so 1 in 1,000, and I get the lucky 1 in 1,000, but you know, that's traditional. I traditionally get the broken one. I mean, it's kind of one of those weird things. My wife will say, 100 people or 1,000 people get it, and you'll get the one that's broken. I don't know if you call it dumb luck or what, but it always seems to happen with me, so that's for sure. Now let's just show you, there is a detent you have to clear, and that detent is about right there. So I have to clear that, get it to drop about right there, and then I'm good, right? So the detent has to clear to about right there. And if you don't clear it well enough, like you saw, you kind of get it going back up, right? So you got to clear here and have a good drop down. So that's important. Action is really beautiful and smooth, and let's watch that detent as it goes in. Nice click, and it's really great action. I love the sound on that. It's really great. So stop pin and everything. Let's look at the lockup on this. The lockup, oops, let's see if we can get to see that. It is, let me get you focused here, probably a good 40%, maybe close to 50, but 40, 50%. Not bad at all. Let's see any blade rock. No blade rock. No. Any detent? Any detent lash? No. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. What I really like is that jigged titanium scales. Beautiful jig pattern. It just looks so nice. And I really like it in here. If you put them up all together, it just makes this look like a beautiful set right here. You'll see that very, very true to each one of these, right? This was the first one, so it's just a little bit different. Then you have this one here. And you'll notice in the very first one they had a single, they had a single screw. Here they went to a double screw with a mini and a double screw with a plus. So that is a little bit of a difference there, right? But everything else looks pretty much the same. And this looks like it's T8s there. And that's T6s right there. And that's T6s right there. So those are all T6s all around here, right? Those are all T6s all around here. And then these are all T8s, which is really nice on the larger one. You would prefer T8, something like that. It's really nice. So I do like that. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's nice. That's much nicer. That's going to break in really nice. We'll see if I maybe if it as it breaks in, I might not even need to tune the detent at all. But like I said, these guys were awesome. They were so great to work with. When I told them my issue, they were able to replace this knife, and they even checked it themselves, which is awesome, and it works fantastic. And I am so appreciative of them. Quality guys. If you haven't tried out traditional pocket knives, you really ought to check them out. Let me see if I have one of their things. Yeah, veteran owned. So here you go, traditional pocket knives. That's who they are. Check them out. You can check them out on Instagram. You can also email them. Austin, yeah, that's who I spoke to, was Austin. He's a super awesome guy. Super awesome guy. And they do a lot of like traditional slip joints, you can see, which is really cool. And they have some Ohio River Jack ones. Here's their thank you for your order and a statement, a hobby with friends and not a business with customers. So, and then they also do some tactile knife company exclusives on the Baxter and the Rockwall. And they have this hedgehog, which I'm thinking of trying that out. I'm not a big slip joint fan, but that is about the only one that sort of appeals to me, really. I know, these appeal to me. Obviously, I'm a big fan of those guys. But I know there's some other ones by Jack Wolf knives. Those are cool, and they are cool. But I'm just not really, I think, willing to spend that much money in a slip joint because I wouldn't use it that much. And if I'm going to get into it and get one, it's going to be something that's more of a novelty sort of idea, right? Not a long-term carry kind of thing. I might put these off to the side, but that's kind of where I stand on that. But let's take a look at this. Let's get a nice close-up look on this. You can see all the jig pattern. Big lanyard. It is definitely there, and you can use it, but not prioritized. The deep carry is going to be about yay. Let's get that, about yay deep. So it's not all the way hidden deep, but it's definitely relatively deep. This, yeah, it's nice and chamfered here. It's not sharp, it's not going to rip. Now the thing is, this, you roll over this nicely, so once the clothing comes under here, it's not going to pull and tear, okay? So that's really nice. You've got the chamfering, the jimping all around here. The corners are pretty chamfered. They're not sharp like that you would on a G10. I mean, they're not super rounded, but they're not sharp, right? Once you flip this open, got a good grip. I have medium to medium large hands, so I've got plenty of room down here. They're large widthwise, medium lengthwise, so enough for extra large, maybe even double extra large hands here. You could choke up here. There's enough jimping. You could hold on here with this jimping and this jimping. Just got to be careful not to slip, right? But you can definitely get up there. Definitely precision cut with the Warncliffe. You can definitely get like that. That's really nice. It is a full flat grind. Well, not full flat grind. It's a flat grind. Comes up here, no swedge, just a flat up here. But it's enough that it's exposed so that you can use your middle finger to reverse flick, so that's nice. And you can usually do it in both hands once I can figure out the larger knife, right? So that's really nice. It does have a steel insert with an over travel stop, and you can see that right, I don't know if you can see that right in there. So it's steel and steel, and it's not going to have a lock stick, which is nice as that breaks in, right? And the action is really quite nice as it drops. Standoffs in the back, no back spacer, just 2 standoffs. Pivot over here, and it is a captive pivot. You can see only a screw on one side. Great with a T8 hardware, and of course M390 blade steel, which is really nice. And I like that. There's a cross pattern here and a cross pattern here. So the belt satin thing is right here going down, and then you've got this up here on the side. Nice kind of a cross patterns. You know, I like that. Makes it stand out a little more aesthetically. So yeah, very cool knife. Super excited to have it in my collection, along with my regular QSP Penguin that I got when they first released, and then the Mini when that came out. So nice little set, something maybe you ought to check out. These are great knives to have in your collection. I call these two my nicest, inexpensive knives. They truly are my nicest inexpensive knives. Now mind you, this is a larger knife and uses a lot bigger hardware and bigger screws, and so this one's probably along the line of what I would expect to pay. This is, I don't feel like I'm getting a great deal on this one, but at the same time I don't feel like I'm overpaying, right? It's relatively a good price, I think, and it just completes the set, which to me is nice, because it would be nice to carry this and then have this as a little 5th pocket knife. Or some days when I want just a little small knife to carry, this is really great to have a little one like this. And then some days when I want to carry a medium knife, I really enjoy. Oops, I've been cutting stuff with this one, as you can see. I got to clean that off. Sorry. What do I have on there? Oh, it looks like just, was it food or something? Yeah, probably just food. Anyways, there we go. Yeah, gotta get all that junk off. I use my knives, if you didn't know that. Yeah, I like to use my knives, so there you go. I do like to use them. Let's look at the thickness of the scales. I would say definitely these scales are a little thicker than these, so definitely gotten a little thicker. Let's see, look at the little ones here. All right. Well, I would say the newer scales here, which is like a second run or whatever, are a little about the same size, but I think, yeah, I think the older scales right here, the first run, were a little thinner. You can definitely feel it. It does feel a little thinner of a knife, so which is nice if you want something discreet. And super buttery on this one, so buttery smooth. I did tune the detent on and I tuned the detent on this as well, because I wanted the drop shut, and I don't need a super strong detent for this type of knife, right? I like that. And then over here, I don't know if I'm going to tune the detent, because it is a flipper, and it's really nice as a flipper, but I do like reverse flicking and like that, and I want to make sure I can do that both left and right-handed. So over here, well, I can definitely do that. It's a little tight for sure, and again, like I said, I might tune it just for that alone, but you definitely can do the full flipper deployment, which is really nice. I do like the jimp in up here. Gives you a good solid grip, and this texture gives you a good grip. You don't feel like you're going to slip out of your hands. So all those to me are positives. And I do like that it does drop shut, so that's cool. Very cool. All right, so that's the QSP Penguin Plus. QSP Penguin Plus, if you're not familiar, this is the QSP Penguin Plus here. Definitely a great knife to check out if you haven't already done so. I would highly recommend it. So maybe take a look at this one. Really great knife to maybe have in your collection, I think. So there you go, QSP Penguin Plus. Hey, if you enjoyed this and you liked what you saw in my unboxing, would you mind consider hitting the like button down below? I would really appreciate that. And if you've already hit the like button, would you consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking really helps out the channel a lot. Helps me out to get more content, more material, more knives, more relationships with other manufacturers and knife retailers, so that we can have more content for the channel, and maybe even more giveaways, right? But and if you've done that, maybe consider hitting the notification button so you can be notified of upcoming and future content. I would really appreciate that. And if you have any questions, comments about my unboxing reviews, any of my videos, about the knife, anything like that, please comment down below. I do try to respond to all my comments, and I do try to read them all. I'm at a point where I can probably respond to all of them. You know, as the channel grows, we're up to 1,444 last I checked subscribers, which I am humbled by, and thank you that you guys would all subscribe and follow me. But I appreciate that. I hope I keep pumping out good content for you guys, something enjoyable, something that you can learn something by. I really want to keep doing that because I enjoy doing this. This is something I would do even if I didn't have a channel, because I enjoy basically knives. So anyways, please comment down below. I would love to hear your responses, your feedback, anything like that. Hey, and if you've done all of that, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. That's robs_nerdy_knives. That's on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching today. You guys have a great day and a great week. Bye.